The views and opinions expressed in this interview are solely those of the guest and do not necessarily reflect the views of Nugget Junction podcast. The content is for informational purposes only and should not be considered professional advice. Nugget Junction podcast is not responsible for any actions taken based on the information shared in this video. Thank you for watching.
The world, every nugget worth its while. Voices echo in the night. Certified, go but yeah. Nugget Junction, here we share. Stories, dreams, and beats we break. Feel the vibe, let's do our thing.
All right, so we're back again. This is another installment of our special recording. We are recording off location. We're not in East Perth today at Linda's
I
house.
know, right? I like this difference. It's something different.
We've come all the way out to Bentley in Western Australia, and the location is Hillview Intercultural Community Centre. It's a brand new building. The place is really cool. It's pretty posh, bright colors, as you can see from the couch.
I know, right?
We were basically following gems. So, like I've been saying in the previous episodes, the overarching event is called Amateveto, which is a Zambian...
Amateveto?
Yeah, it is a Zambian get-together where we sit down, like Thanksgiving, for example, but with different Zambian foods.
Nice.
And then we celebrate the multicultural nature of Zambia. Zambia has got 72,
Wow.
recognized languages.
I mean, we're in the right place for that, aren't we? This is an
Indeed.
intercultural hall and very true to what Nugget Junction's vision is. So
Exactly.
it was a fantastic idea.
And here we are. So, the person on the couch today, I don't even know where to start.
Let's start somewhere.
Let's start somewhere. Okay, let's start from the beginning.
In the beginning.
As we get to Danny, who's sitting next to me here, I'll give a small backstory. There was so many years ago, and I had this girl that I liked, and I really liked her, like for real. Like I was into
He's
this
always
person.
got a backstory, this guy.
And
Seriously,
then
let's go.
We
I
were
can't
chilling
wait
in
to hear
taverns
this.
at the time because I was quite broke.
You're chilling where?
In taverns, like in
Yeah,
local
yeah.
pubs. The viewers know the stories from the past. And then your music would be playing, and the way you would sort of arrange your lyrics with the music was very different. There was story. I think at the time there was storytelling in a lyrical kind of, in a musical sense, but at the same time, you're speaking to a wide enough audience situation that people could easily relate to what you're saying. And then I can fast forward that briefly until the time you started becoming very controversial. So we loved your music, we love your style, we've accepted it as a genre. And then now we're listening to, some pretty interesting situations,
Nice.
In the post-edit, we will put like a song like Yakumbuyo, for example. We'll get to that point as we go. But then it felt like, and this is an honest opinion, it felt like you're now forcing me to realize situations which I didn't want to realize.
I love it.
It's cool that it's happening, right? I'm not saying it didn't happen or it doesn't happen. But it felt like you're forcing me because of whether it's your need to make the music, it felt like you've been stringing me along and now you're taking me to unfamiliar territory. However, because you're so good at what you do, you kind of made that still mainstream. People loved it, doesn't matter. I mean, last night we were at one of your shows, a live show, and you did do one of those songs. And I'm sitting on the table, and here's a whole bunch of people dancing, to like, will you join me? And I'm like, sister, you're dancing to a Dick song,
Johnny, Lemakers. Sungangale chabe wine. Uyu Johnny mwendipo ni wopusai. Wasa yesa kumukongelezai. Usayonda, iwe usasilai. Bati eve sayonda. Uyu Johnny mwendipo ni wopusai. Wasa yesa kumukongelezai.
Pardon the language. But anyway, let's bring it back. Tell us a
Yeah,
little
let's
bit.
bring it back because I am like floating. I'm not sure
Yes,
who our
doesn't
guest
matter.
is. I am not sure what Crankson is all about. But yeah, introduce us to our guest, please.
He's popularly known as Danny Kaya
Danny
in
Kaya.
Zambia. The
Welcome.
Kaya, the part of Kaya came afterwards because he did a song called Kaya. And then that song went so viral. He was just like
Wow.
Danny Danny. And then now, because that song was so viral, he became Danny Kaya.
Nice.
Evo tua città, Evo da tua città, Evo tua vita, Evo da tua vita. Non mi vedi a scegliere come mi sa. Vuoi avanti a scegliere come mi sa. Batingana ikalanda pisciamo, Evo cialeli canna vena. Evo toale danzana vena. Don't go when so I say, Chila bello so. Manadanda manya body future. We share to my vehicle. Wako yulesa. Chila bello so. Manadanda manya body future. We share to my vehicle. Wako yulesa. Nowadays, the figure 50. Hush.
Okay, Danny Kaya, welcome to Nugget Junction.
Thank you.
Maybe you can tell us a bit about yourself.
Nice to be at this junction.
Amen.
Seems an interesting junction.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, so as you've said, there's nothing much I can talk about myself. This is Danny Kaya. I started music way back. I did my first song in 1999.
Nice.
So I can
If you could speak a bit
say-
louder into the mic, yeah.
I can say I can comfortably say I've been doing music for 24 years now.
24.
That's a decent time.
Yeah.
That's a decent time.
Yeah. 10 albums to my credit. And I've had enough local awards.
I think in my books, you're one of the most awarded artists.
I wouldn't say that because when we started music, you see, Zambian music, there was a time that it was dry. There was not much of it.
Yeah.
So in my time when we started, it was a revival. So even awards were not there. So probably people would have awarded you in their hearts.
Yeah, makes
But
sense.
the physical
Yeah, that's
aspect of
true.
awards
Yeah, you
have
were
only
not
made
quite
sense
there
now. So
as
I
far
want
as
to believe
recognition.
artists who have come up in the last 5 to 8 years have more awards now because now
Makes
there are a lot
sense.
of institutions that are giving awards recognizing
Yeah.
the efforts that music is doing in the society.
In Zambia. Right. When I say in Zambia,
Zambia.
it's because obviously there are other nations within the Africans that
diaspora,
are
yeah.
in the diaspora, within Africa as a continent that they do have that recognition.
Sure.
We were talking before about Afrobeats and so on and Rumba and so on. But as far as Zambia, I think y'all are up and coming. Is that why? Y'all were not recognized back when, but in the last 5 years,
The newer
there is a
ones
bit
are
of a
getting more.
highlight. Yeah, the newer ones, the newer artists
Yeah,
that are
we-
now coming through.
I would say we were the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
We started the music. There were a lot of gaps. When I started music, and like the biggest issue I believe created a very big gap in my country was HIV pandemic.
Oh, wow.
Because at some point, all the
I
artists
mean, every
were-
artist was dying. I mean,
artists died.
I will
Are you
give, I'll give
serious?
a context to the audience. To be honest, 9 out of 10, if he's one of the 10, which he is, 9 out of 10 artists have died
Oh, wow.
of either sexually transmitted diseases or just sexual carelessness.
In Zambia.
Yeah. And Danny has kind of survived the whole thing, though. That's,
What are you trying to
we'll
say?
talk about that at that point. But honestly, everyone, a lot of them, not everyone, most of the people in the time that you were doing what you're doing,
I think the right word is not artists.
In
Everyone,
general.
every
Celebrity?
human being at that time was dying out of
Yeah.
HIV. The only difference between an artist and the common man is that an artist is known. So when they die,
Yeah.
their name
It's-
is brought to
it's-
the
yeah,
limelight.
that's true. Makes sense.
Everyone was dying, regardless
Makes
whether you're a
sense.
politician, you're an artist, yeah, whatever you are, they were dying. But people won't know much about an accountant or a
yeah.
Who's dying or
was
whatever.
died.
Yeah.
But
makes
if you're an
sense.
artist, everyone will be like,
Oh,
oh.
yeah.
What do you think helped you survive this long?
I was young by then.
Yeah.
Information. I learned a lot at a very tender age to understand what was going on.
Yeah.
So I told myself, there's something going on. So they kept preaching the ABCs: abstinence, be faithful, or compromise.
Oh, yeah.
That was a very big rock
Yeah.
on a personal point of view.
Yeah.
Regardless of being a musician, as a human being, to me, I believe practicing the ABCs would really help somebody
Yeah.
go through.
Yeah.
And secondly, I think it's the grace of God. I believe in God. The grace
Amen.
of God. God just said, "I have a mission for you, and it's gonna take long, and you have to pass through all these things."
Yeah, I agree.
So
You
all those
had-
things come into play.
Yeah, you've had like number one selling albums for decades, bro.
Wow.
How did you move away from what was like the normal sound, which there wasn't. It wasn't very defined at the time. But how did you carve out your own genre of music, your own space in that like I was saying earlier, like your style of creating and presenting music, so to speak, was more of a storytelling. The others would just come and bang, bang, talk about happy times, good times. But yours, you would have the good bangers and stuff. But then you would still have like a moral message in all of that. What made you feel that you needed to take that position to give moral advice as part of your music?
I think the first point is I continued not being thrown away, but what's being brought to me in the world of music, but stuck to my traditional
I like
Kalindula
that.
music.
Amen.
When I listen to Kalindula music, a very authentic Zambian music,
I like that.
listen to PK Chishala, listen to Pongozi, all that is storytelling but with a meaning.
Amen.
So I would be listening to the music, I'm driving 500 kilometers, whatever. I'll just be listening to Pongozi. So without realizing, you find that you're being influenced by those people.
Yes, I like
Then
that.
also when I listen to the music that the artist that really influenced me out of Zambia is the great Buju Banton from Jamaica. I listened to him from a very tender age, and his music was very meaningful. So when I listen to Buju, I listen to PK, I listen to Pongozi, I listen to Laban, I listen to all the Zambian old authentic music.
Wow.
There was always a reason to do a song.
Nice.
You didn't have to do a song
Yeah, it's not
because
just
you
for
just
the
have
hell
to
of
do
it.
it. You have to do it because you have something to talk about.
Your music is very much influenced. Like Linda, for your purposes and for the audience,
Yeah.
his genre of music is not. It has some Caribbean underpinnings. We talked about it briefly
nice.
from last night at the show. What you just said, you listen to Buju Banton all the time and so on.
Is that
How?
the-
It's like Buju Banton would be
obviously that's somehow
Jamaican,
Caribbean. Yeah.
yeah,
Is that
Jamaican
what
vibes.
influences your undertones
Oh yes, too much.
of your music?
You reckon like you're like a German or something?
I would
Like a what?
I would a German.
He knows.
I wouldn't use the word German. I'm just Rasta conscious. I believe in
Amen.
the
Rasta,
ethics.
that's the dreads. Oh.
Oh yes.
You ain't
oh,
gotta
as-
have dreads to
as
be
you can
Rasta,
see,
but it's in there. Yeah.
So
it's
I
there
believe in the
somewhere.
consciousness of a Rasta man, and I
Amen.
believe as much as
Amen.
I'm who I am and I'm Christian, but trust me, Rastafarism has got a lot that I share with.
Amen.
So you reckon part of that? So yes, with the PK Chishalas and and the old Kalindula, really really old Kalindula music. If you mix that with the concept of Rastafarianism, what they have in common is giving a good message. You're not just here to make people
Lyrical
bounce.
content.
Yeah, it must mean something. Didn't you get like a lot of flack from doing that though?
No, because again, I was taught something when I was in school. I remember very well my teacher of English used to say a certain phrase
Yeah.
from 94 to 96. That's when I finished my grade 12, 96. He always said something. He said, in life, what you say matters less than how you say it.
Exactly. I
And
like
how you
that.
say it.
That is deep.
So to me, that stuck with me from grade 10. He taught me English. Grade 11, he taught me English. Grade 12. Then I came to understand that you can go, all of you can want to sing a song about HIV. There can be 100 songs about HIV. What will make your song stand out will be
It's how you say it.
not what you're talking about. That's
Exactly.
irrelevant.
I like that. I agree with.
Let me accentuate what he's saying. So this song from later albums called Johnny,
Right.
Exactly.
and then what a Johnny is basically a penis. And then the way he put it,
Yes.
in the music was to say, listen, bro, I know you're thinking with two heads,
Yes.
but don't think with that head.
I like
because
that.
That head is just going to
Johnny.
rock up on you and do its thing.
dear.
And the rest of your body is dying, but that head's still going to wake up and want some more.
Yeah.
Sayonda Johnny pamagelo usapema bangamuchezese bwanji salema akaona minisketi ni shambovuta kupuluputa afuna chekututa muzanga
Does that
funny.
encapsulate what Johnny means?
Exactly. You're right. And you see, that's true science, huh?
Science.
I want to say that.
How so?
Thank you. Allow me to explain it.
Sure.
My immediate elder sister was married to a doctor. So in our teenage times, maybe grade 10, 11, so we used to stay with them, and he also had a young brother, so we had two. You know, at your peak, you're trying to see girls and the like. So one day he just came from work as a doctor and said, you chaps, but then there's too much HIV. You chaps, you seem to be very active, trying to what.
Way
One day he just
funny.
told us, let's go. Then he took us to the hospital.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You mean he traumatized you?
I see
at
where
hospital?
this is going.
You
He
would
had
call it
to-
traumatizing, but I want to believe he showed us what life is.
What careless life is.
No, not careless. All this Johnny you're singing.
Probably.
Look at
so
what
he
Johnny's
got
going
us. We went there. He said, you see, young men,
Oh, dear.
you have to be very careful.
Yeah, exactly,
You're
my
at an
point.
age
Yeah.
where you can make a lot of mistakes. All I want you is to be informed. When you hear
Amen.
we
I like
talking about
that.
talking about this, things that happen are these and these and these.
That's
and these.
good.
You know, we saw something firsthand, and I was like, wow,
Wow, exactly. You saw it in a different
this
context.
is real.
This is real.
It's not
So
on
now that
TV.
you're a mature man, what kind of songs are you now singing? Because obviously, as you get older, you mature. Your mindset is not what you were when you were singing Johnny. But what kind of messages are you now
What's
sending out there
amazing-
in your music?
What's amazing that you see, I have a very different philosophy about music. When you clock 20 years in music, there's no much need to do new music.
You totally have to double click on that.
Ooh, let me hear this. Let me hear
The question
this.
should be, what do you mean?
That's what it means. You know, when you're on your laptop or what, you double click when you want to see something. Yeah.
You don't really need to do music. Music is a very dynamic field. It changes. Genre changes.
The lingo changes.
In our time there was R&B the whole world. Now there's like maybe hip hop the whole world. Then came hip hop the whole world. Now if you look at it, it's Afrobeat. Africa has taken over music worldwide. So you
Trending.
ask yourself, I'm a rapper, I'm a hip hop artist, or I'm from the R&B.
Yeah.
Will I be able to do the rap? No way. Your blessing
Genres
is very
of-
different.
Yes.
So you are better off preserving the goal that you've made
I
and
like
work
that.
with it.
I like that.
It keeps
Yes.
your relevance.
Exactly. Don't try to touch.
You don't want to start experimenting.
Yeah.
You have fans who understand you and love you. I don't want to
Exactly.
experiment to get new fans who are
No.
my children's fans. My
Exactly.
daughter is
Makes
18.
no sense. Be
So
authentic.
do I
to
need
you are
to
who you are.
impress my daughter's friends
Yeah.
or maintain
Maintain.
Mr. Cranky here who understands me?
Bala King.
Mr. Cranky, amen.
But
so
I-
maintain the Crankstons of your time.
Perfect.
I have
Yeah.
a question though, in relating to what she's saying, right? Like about relevance and stuff. So when we moved, if we like take a short snapshot of your musical career, the gold. You
Old
you
is
then
gold.
you started talking about very interesting marital situations, okay? And more recently, for example, me and my wife were when the first few adverts came out about Danny coming, blah blah blah. So we kind of like went into our own archives, like let's bring that vibe back
nice.
in. Okay, so Danny's coming, let's like hype ourselves.
Yeah.
And then in her mind, she always heard the song Bala King, but never heard the song.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
I heard the song first time. I'm like, yeah, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
people
I'm sure you didn't like it.
Heard and heard.
no, I'm not a woman.
different-
So me, I'm cool. It's the women who'll be like, hey, bro, how can you tell, you're
But
washing
why are
our
they
dirty
lucky?
laundry?
You're not doing something good.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so we're driving, and then she's like, wait, play that song again? So I repeat it.
Way
And then
funny.
obviously I know, like, bro, you're always upset with me. Just tell me. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to go around in circles. If you want something, say it. Anyway, so the whole thing, so the 360 to her was, but why would he make a song like that though?
Dear me.
Right? So why did you make that song?
It's the truth.
It is, but you're a guy. What do you care?
Life is about caring. The
So-
reason I'm
so
on
the
this
song-
podcast is because I care about you guys.
Amen.
True.
But why did you make that
Wait,
song?
wait,
There's
let's-
still something
let's
you're not
talk about
answering
the-
in
yeah,
relation to.
Because you
underpinning
see,
of the song is-
When he says you're a guy, to me, I'm wondering, what
Yeah,
is
let
this
me-
song
I think-
about?
I think
oh,
explain,
you want to
explain,
explain the
yeah,
song?
yeah.
You can explain. It's your song. I mean, you explain
Oh,
it.
yes.
Tell
No,
us.
no, no. Maybe you got it wrongly. I want
Okay, what is the
explanation.
song? First of all, so
So
me, I understand.
basically, there's a lot of sexual tension that builds in a woman if you don't satisfy her sexually.
Okay,
and
right.
then that tension manifests as a short temper at anything.
I love it.
Linda, are we lying?
Hey, me, I don't talk.
Are we lying?
I don't know.
I'm not saying nothing because I have no problem as such.
Ah,
Hey, King Chinedu.
you are sorted, oh.
Shout out to King.
I beg go. Don't even get me started.
Igwe
But,
is here.
okay, so what's your wife complaining? Is she having
What
problems?
was that?
Thank you. That's the question she'll be
Kidding.
asking.
Sis, I'm kidding. I love you.
Malamo.
So
Okay.
it gets
But
to the
he's
point
a
where,
guy though. What is
Yeah,
this?
but why-
He's a
why-
guy though.
What I was saying earlier, I had said like we love this dude and his music, but then he's taking me places where I don't want to go. You know.
Yes.
So why are you taking me
You're
to
not,
that?
You're not, the truth hurts. You're not comfortable in a place
Okay, what's the
that-
song about? Like the people who are not satisfying their women or something?
So the women lose their temper because they're not sexually satisfied.
Right.
In short, in the song, what we're saying is when you're in a marriage, take care of every nitty-gritty of it. Satisfy your woman, provide for her. If you don't satisfy, you find that probably a woman is a corporate, she's a boss at work. The frustration of not being satisfied
get you. Like,
sexually
at the end
is
of the
going to
day, you
hit
need
the
your
company.
man.
That company is going to make losses
Is the truth now?
because of one man who didn't do his job. That's all I'm trying to say in
Listen.
that song.
And it's so
So I don't
simple.
even know why he's finding a problem with it.
This is the
I don't
thing.
know because you send
Maybe
me,
like,
you send messages at 3 a.m. in the morning shouting at me about some stuff. So maybe now we know what the problem. King.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, so
Hey,
let's
don't
move on.
even
Let's
go
move on.
there.
Oh, by the
Yeah.
way, she does. So we do work together, and then she
Yeah.
shouts at me like from nowhere, 3 a.m. bro. Like, hey.
I mean, who
bro,
told you
what-
to be a consultant? Meaning you should be available at all times, correct?
Well, I mean, I do respond. So
We'll
I'm
leave that
available.
for.
For
Yeah.
another podcast.
All right. So basically, let's keep on moving on your musical journey. So the next one was this song. Now, the fundamentals of why I'm saying everything I'm saying is because I feel you're forcing people to come face to face to stuff. Yes, it's the truth. But is it a truth that's first of all relevant for me, or secondly, do I really want to face that when I'm listening to my
But
favorite
I don't
musical
agree with
artist?
forcing. He's bringing awareness.
Let
the way I've
me
understood
finish the
it.
statement so that you can know why force comes in. One of his songs, very popular song, one of my favorite, I'll tell you now, is this song about a dog. Right? It's called a Fluffy. I've actually owned a Fluffy. I stole one.
I love it.
Eventually the owner came and got it. But like Fluffy was like, her name was Cherise. She was like killing it. Lawrence would know about Cherise if you could
Cherise.
remember. How old were you? Like 5 or something.
Oh
You're too young.
dear.
8? You remember Cherise?
Sounds like a cute
Yeah.
one.
We'll just make it 10. It's fine.
So I had this
like
little
that.
fluffy dog and stuff, and it's like that kind of dog has manners. Like really, if it wants to pee or take a crap, it will
Nice.
scratch on the door. She has a
Nice.
fluffy too, by the way.
Yeah, I do.
So he made a song about this fluffy dog, which was I don't know, it was doing like favors to its owner or something.
Yikes.
I like the word favor.
Favors to
Yeah,
his
it
owner.
was like, and then
that takes me think.
he
That
has
takes
to
me
like
find my
feed it with
thoughts.
soup. I don't know. It was a weird song.
Right.
Now, the basis of the question is, I love your music already. Now, why am I listening to fluffy dogs and people feeding souping dogs in the bedroom?
So if you listen, I'll take you back to 2 songs.
Sure.
Yakumbuyo and Fluffy.
Yeah.
Yakumboyo.
I wanted
That
to
sounds
avoid
interesting.
Yakumboyo, but let's do that.
You sound like your music, because obviously I'm so sorry, I don't know much about Zambian
That's
music.
fine,
I've said
that's
that
fine.
in the previous pods or today's pod. You sound like your music, your genre is very, can I say it's sexual? Is that what it is? Because
Yeah.
all I've heard is AIDS, I'm hearing Fluffy, I'm hearing Yakumboyo. I'm like, is that your genre? Is
Yeah.
that your theme? Is that
Yeah,
your
yeah, that's
go-to
my-
music?
My
Because he was traumatized in
It's,
hospital by his brother.
And
no,
yeah,
that was
you
just,
know?
some time later. It's a path I took to understand that life right now, everything evolves around sex.
Right.
So you see, before I go far, I believe as an artist, we are like a mirror.
Of
We
society.
reflect back the rays that people bring to us.
Or they bring messages at least.
As I
To
move in the
society.
world, I'll see something you may not see, he may see, but privately, me, I'll bring it back into music and then you'll be able to connect. We just
Right.
reflect what we see. Right now, if we are not seeing hunger, I won't talk about hunger.
Makes
in the time of
sense.
Bob Marley, they were talking about freedom, fighting.
So they would-
So when he sees that in those rays, when they bounce back to him, he
makes
digests
sense.
them, brings it back to people in the music form.
So your
That
time
is
was
art.
all sexually oriented.
From my time when I was born, sex is the in thing. Up to now, it's even worse.
I'm telling you.
Now it's
Cardi B.
Why the fluffy though? What's
The
up?
fluffy
Did
song
you have you first
is-
of all have you ever owned a fluffy dog?
I have one at home.
Nice.
So that's a yes.
Yes.
What's
Alright,
her
continue.
name or his name?
So,
I mean, I like dogs. Sorry.
when you listen to those songs, these are situations that, as an artist, you hear a story. Don't forget, you imagine a story. Sometimes you experience a story. That's our job, to entertain, educate, comfort.
Amen.
So it depends on what hits you at that time. When I was doing that song, and if you listen to it, I'm very clever in it. I don't talk about it as being wrong.
I like that.
I don't talk about it as being right.
Amen.
Then
You're
if you
just the
listen to
middle ground.
Yakumboyo, listen, I'll take you down. I even know what you're
Okay, what does Yakumboyo
Even
mean?
Yakumboyo.
Okay, so you
Wait,
have to
even
explain the Yakumbuyo one because
yes,
the audience doesn't know,
Don't
neither
worry,
does
don't worry,
the,
don't worry. I'll bring you back to speed. Yakumbuyo, I don't talk about it in a very different way. I don't even condemn it or I just talk about
Reality.
what I've learned is happening in the world.
Right.
How you decide to conclude it, those are your details.
So you're putting your point of view
So
on it.
why then are you taking me from
I'm not
listening?
taking you. You've decided to follow me.
I like
Because I'm following you, you're
Yes.
leading me somewhere. Why are you leading me to those places? Because those are weird
Why
places.
are you uncomfortable with them? It should be
I
the
mean,
question.
because look, I'm listening to your song. Say for
I'm
example,
just telling you something. If I talk about thieves, if you're not a thief, why should you be uncomfortable?
Yeah,
with it?
yeah, exactly.
look. Okay, wait. Let's bring this back because I'm the interviewer. You shouldn't ask. But that's fine too.
The turntables
Okay,
have
check.
turned.
Linda, there's a song Yakumbuyo. Yakumbuyo means from the back. It's basically talking about anal sex. Now this was it wasn't even a hot topic in Zambia at the time. Okay, it wasn't a topic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It would
2003.
happen, but we
That's
were
quite-
worrying about fluffies at the time, right? But whilst we're still hangovered on fluffies, now we're being told that
And actually, I would give you the history of that song.
Please.
Okay,
Probably
let's
to
go,
teach
let's
you.
go. Right here on
I
Nugget
wanna
Junction.
learn.
Let's
Yeah.
hear.
because there's an artist that you associated that there was a big rumor about another artist who
There's rumor about everything, so we don't want to base our life.
Was
on
it
this
true, though?
individual. How can it be true?
This
I
one
mean,
wants
you
the
sang
truth
it.
right here on this podcast.
You're actually looking for me. so
He's
I
looking for
understand
you. He's looking for you.
Don't
all
worry,
good,
you'll
it's all
find
good.
me in a very uncomfortable place.
what
So-
behind me.
Hey, Yakumboyo.
Hey, should I be
Love it.
worried?
No
Hey,
way.
Lawrence, come get
No
your
way.
guy.
I love it.
I don't think I would enjoy.
Oh dear. This has taken a whole new
Someone
turn.
just slapped my back just now. But anyway,
which you're gonna
So
cut.
at that point in Zambia, there was a song. There were two songs actually. One was condemning women because they were sleeping with dogs, as per song, not as per reality.
fluffy.
As per rumored.
Yes,
It was
Yeah,
rumored.
ati Sandra kukabwata, something like that.
Who did
But
that
that's
song?
my brother. That's
Oh
Sakala
yeah,
Brothers.
that was Sakala Brothers song.
Then another one, yawe bamulamu bapopi. There was a rumor that
Yeah.
there are white men coming to Zambia.
Yeah, and then they're
They're
doing
getting
bestiality.
dogs, bestiality.
whoa.
We don't know.
and that was a big thing.
So me, I ask myself, does it mean our ladies, our female folks are doing something so bad? There's nothing what we men are doing that's equally bad. Okay. Then I went to South Africa because my brother stays there. Then I was there. Then one day I saw something very interesting. I said, I want to believe this stuff even my home is there. That's how that concept was born. Then I said, fine. Now we've been shooting ladies, women, shooting. Then
Yeah.
I just did a counter attack. But even us, we are being beasts.
Wow.
This.
In all realities, in all
Yes.
truths.
And what made even that song bigger, because the women were like, even you now, there's something I can talk about.
So everyone is now speculating on everyone at this point. Me, I'm going to go look for that song on YouTube. I'm going to
Look,
go
I
look
mean,
it up. Seriously.
Okay.
It's well and good that you're describing it with this way, but I have
That's
a
how it
lived,
is.
No,
I
no,
have a
to
lived
me-
I'm giving you
experience.
gospel truth.
Breaking on this podcast is giving gospel truth.
No, to me, I'm more like you started off this particular segment in speaking about your wife and yourself, obviously nostalgic, trying to remember the vibes before
Yeah,
you go to the
yeah.
concert. So what was your wife's concern about his music? Or is it at the time she was too young to understand and now she's picking up?
Hey guys, no, she's not losing her temper for the record.
Ah,
all right?
whatever.
She don't lose her temper under any circumstances,
Whatever.
right? But anyway,
Yeah.
in answering your question,
Yeah.
it's more because you are invested in something. So if, for example, you buy a ticket for $100, now you're like, okay, I have to be invested
Yeah,
in
like
this a bit more.
what is this about?
Yeah.
Like what are
So-
they really singing? Or
Yeah, what is he
they-
saying?
what
How
is
many
the
songs he's going
message
to
that
bring?
is
Okay, what's his
spreading?
albums? What did his album sound like? But then, interestingly, you did a whole bunch of songs. It's not like one song. Like there's a whole bunch of like Situation, for example, Tell Me or whatever those songs. Like I have the whole album. I've got all your albums, by the way.
Oh,
FYI.
wow. There's your number one fan.
Oh, too much.
I wouldn't be called a number one fan. I'm a number one skeptic because I'm still complaining
That's Crankston for
that
you.
you're using your talent and your following in my head to take me to places which I didn't sign up for. And then I find that a bit challenging, you
This
know?
is the forcing you were talking about.
Yeah, it seems like for example, I could listen to Buju Banton forever. He will not talk about dogs and bestiality and
What?
He talks about
no. I mean,
Who did Boom Bye Bye?
Boom Bye Bye.
In a Batty
Is
Boy
that
head.
not the...
well,
the-
yes,
the-
yeah, no,
What
no.
does that song talk about?
Yeah.
Yes, I
What
get
is
that.
the difference between Boom Bye Bye and
And,
Yakumboyo?
Why? See, Boom Bye Bye is from a hand's length. It's from there.
but he's
Yakumbuyo
spreading
is
a
like he at
particular-
home.
Why was he preaching to shoot
To get to a particular message.
Yakumboyo people?
Did you experience? Did you know someone physically who had Yakumbuyo style?
No, I'm an artist.
But
You need to understand
I'm a
art.
fan.
You're a fan who doesn't
And then-
understand art.
But
Obviously
he's trying
not.
to say, why did you force him to
Yeah, why
to
are you
put
taking me to
his
those
mentality
places
to
now?
places?
Because now I have to
Yeah.
imagine all
You
of
could
that.
have
The issue is
literally
this.
just...
Why don't you?
I think my concept will be easy. When I do my music, I don't force anyone. There are
No,
fans.
but you take them there. You take your fans there.
Let me explain. There are fans who love it that I've taken them there. So how am I able to differentiate that this one doesn't like, this one likes where I'm taking
As you
them,
said,
this
it
one
was
doesn't
your
like.
choice to take
the
it
same Yakumboyo. It's one big song that made great.
Oh yeah,
It even
Yakumbuyo
gave
was
me an
like-
award.
Yeah.
So
Amazing.
why
Yeah.
should I worry about
sitting
one
with an
person
award-winning
who's
artist
uncomfortable
too.
about going there when the rest are comfortable? It's like simple majority rule in an
Simple
election.
mathematics. Even though
Period.
we're talking
So
artistically.
I would rather work with people who understand and love what I'm doing, that
Amen.
they love me going there.
I like
If
you.
you don't love it,
There's something about this
I like
guy.
brother.
He's straight up. Yeah,
just,
like straight up.
just deal with it.
I like it. And who told you to take your mentality there? He just did his part.
You're not one.
Where you took it is your problem. He's not going to be in control of every single fan and where
can't.
they
I
take
can't.
his artistic vision. So, me,
Well,
I'm with you,
I
brother.
can. I mean, I
I
can
look
see
at the majority. If they love
a
it,
two
I'm
against
cool.
one thing happening here, but that's fine. You know, I'm not-
Leave this one.
Majority
I'm
rule,
alone,
brother.
so it's cool.
2 plus 1.
All right, so
Plus one.
let's
That's it.
keep on moving on your musical journey. After a while, there was a part where you went into water, mineral water. The mineral. I actually bought a whole bunch of that water, by the way, because Nyakumbuyo guys.
You're such an influencer. He went and bought the water.
I love
What does
you.
that mean?
I mean, I can talk about the bar you opened in Chongo. You don't
Okay,
need to
what's
talk
We
about
this?
that.
talked
What a
about it
business.
yesterday.
Yeah, I
remember,
did. I actually drank from there. But anyway, let's talk about the water thing. How did that? Okay, so were you tired of music, or did
Okay, what
someone
happened
come
with
in?
the water?
I'll tell you one thing.
Sorry, I'm like,
Yeah, from day one,
Mineral water. You had a mineral
packaged water.
oh, right, you had a mineral brand.
So,
Yeah.
what I learned from day one, from the time I started my music, I came to realize that God chose me for a reason to be a pioneer
Yes.
of a lot of things.
Yes.
My job is not really to make money out of those things, but to spark the brains that will really make money out of it from the art.
Nice.
I tried that project, and it became so big.
Wow.
The demands I was getting
Amazing.
were huge. I couldn't handle.
Wow.
What did I do? I said, let me shelve this idea.
Oh
shelved
no, you did? You could have
I
sold it
shelved
off
it.
for something.
Let me finish. Let me
Yeah, let
finish.
him
I
finish.
just shelved it. It's the reason that I got a farm. Right now, as I'm speaking, the plant is finishing at the farm.
The plant for water?
Yes.
So you're going back into it?
Yes. I've
Yeah,
always
he
been
shelved
in
it, as he said.
I just shelved it because I couldn't. People come and say, we are having a conference. We are the Salvation Army in Hero Stadium. We are expecting 55,000
Yeah.
people.
Aye.
Can you supply us with water?
He's a
I'll
lot.
be honest, I said, I can't.
Yeah.
The
So when I
demand was
tested the
there.
waters, I said, okay, fine. This will be the pension that will take care of my wife, apart from music.
But why
my
water
family.
out of any other product you could have?
Water is created
Water
by
is
God.
life, is it?
Everyone drinks water. Not
What
everyone drinks
got
wine.
you? You could have gotten into anything. So basically, Linda, this dude, his
Why
name
are
was
you
so-
cutting before I finish what I want to say?
No, I'm not cutting
sorry,
you.
I kind of
I'm
cut
just,
you as well. I'm so sorry
taking.
about that.
You must understand that the audience don't really know. You and I can have the conversation, but
Yeah, he knows you to that.
yeah, the other people have no idea what we're talking about. So it's also about elaborating so they can understand.
Okay,
I don't mean to cut you.
I'll give you that space.
Please. So with his name was so big, and I can tell you now, he's a national treasure. He's 100%
Nice.
national treasure for the Zambian.
Nice.
He should be archived.
Nice.
FYI. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
So whatever he could do, if he wanted to get into pork, everyone would buy those sausages.
Nice.
And then even use them at the back if they wanted
Wow.
to. Whatever he would get into, people
So
would
you're a
just really-
known brand.
So he got into water though. And that caught a lot of us off guard. It did. And then we're like, wow, okay, now this dude's getting into, because there was Manzi water at the time that was like really dominating the market. Then from, I think out of South Africa or Zimbabwe, there was another one. I can't, the name escapes me now. So Manzi was being,
Aqua Savannah.
there was Aqua, no, there's another one, the bluish one. Much, much bigger than Aqua Savannah.
What
But
was
then-
your brand?
Yeah. So
Shiniza.
Shiniza. I like it.
Simply
So he was
means-
explaining
Shiniza
how
is a whole
and
story now because that's like Niza is your child. So Shiniza is father of.
I like it. So basically, all right. So the demand was too much to handle.
Yes.
You shelved it. Let's get back into that. Now you find a time where you were revitalizing the idea.
Thank
were
you.
you?
That's what I was hoping to finish.
Yes,
can
please.
finish
Yeah,
now.
finish that one.
Thank you.
And I kind of interrupted that, so I beg your
Yeah.
pardon. Yeah.
So I've got even better machinery now. I've
Oh, I
been
get
buying
you.
them bit by bit. By then, I was using actually a certain plant.
Right.
Because it was a pilot project, just trying to see how people would
Testing
nice.
the
How
waters.
people will take it.
No artist had ever done such
No.
a thing.
That's
so I
very.
said, I can't invest in this. Let me try it. Then a certain company doing water, we are cool with the idea. I said, let's try. I'll use your plant, but I'll brand my water.
I like that.
Then from there, I could see you would get an invitation to supply water to a government institution without applying.
Wow.
They just send
With
you
all
to
those
say, even
government
you
hoo-has,
being
those
Zambian,
are
we
the
want you also
loopholes.
to bid on this. You are Zambian, maybe
Oh,
Yeah,
that's nice.
yeah.
favor
So
you.
that
Then I
also,
was like-
yeah,
it opened up my
builds the
mind.
economy.
I wasn't ready. I told
Wow.
every big potential client of them, when I'm ready, I will let you know.
But were you not afraid to lose
Nah,
that oomph
nah,
at the
nah,
time?
nah.
Because
long
in
as I-
business,
as long as
if
I
you don't
sus-
take the opportunity then, who wants to come hear about you later?
As long as I keep my music sustainable,
The Sensi water will also be sustainable.
that's the trueness. Keep
Would-
the
would-
name
do you-
afloat.
Yeah.
You have a chance to
Do
still
you,
revive
do you
it.
think you've transitioned from musician to entrepreneur?
That's what I was going to say.
I've
That's
combined the
very
two.
entrepreneurish.
Yes,
Very.
because I believe, you see, go to America, go to Nigeria. Music has a short lifespan.
Yeah,
I'm very lucky that over 20 years, I'm still relevant in my country.
yeah.
I'm blessed, I would say. I'm lucky.
Amen.
Not everyone has that chance.
Lifespan
Exactly.
at all.
yeah. So in that first 10 years, what is your fallback plan?
Yes.
Entrepreneurship.
It is very important to have a fallback
You know,
plan.
it's entrepreneurship. So you need to learn all those things. Apart from music, I do a lot of things. If you go to my farm,
So what are you farming now?
Is it
I
called
do-
Shiniza Farms?
oh yes.
Is it
Go on Mumba Road, you find Shiniza Farms.
what are you farming though?
My main crop is cucumber. I've
Nice.
got eggs. I've got fish,
Nice.
and plus the water, which we are introducing now. These are the things.
You're a
that are
true
already
Rasta
operational.
man, eh? I
Yes,
can see
I.
it through. Look at another Rasta man.
Yes,
this one.
I.
This is our executive director.
Beautiful.
And you don't want to touch base on anything because he brings you back to either
Aye,
history
bruh, I'm telling you.
or like this is another
Colonial.
Rasta man
Yeah,
in his own. He's
he's
colonial.
full on.
He's
Full
another
on.
can of worms.
No, he's
this one,
real.
AO.
He's real.
He's real. He just doesn't have the
Yeah.
dreads.
I wish, unfortunately,
He's very
the
Pan
viewers
African as
understand,
well.
The voice. We call him the voice. He's producer.
The
He has a
floating
floating
voice.
mic.
You don't have a
so
floating
at the back
mic
he would,
today?
chime in and so on. But there's no floating mic for because we're doing a pop up. It's quiet.
He's silent there, enjoying.
All
life
right,
in
so
his own
What
corner.
about these taverns and stuff? The bars. What happened to that?
That one-
I'll give you some backstory. So Chongwe. So I used to work for local government and housing, and then when I got the government posting, I was very lucky they didn't like throw me into the bush, right? It was the sticks, but it's like 60 Ks out of Lusaka
Right.
for a first job posting. And it's a tiny little town, rural town, and everyone knows everyone, like really, like
Yeah.
an Amish. Like everyone knows everyone. And then all of a sudden there was this new spot being built.
Nice,
being,
like the
brought
in
up.
thing,
Like, yeah, they want
like
to make
the-
something
yeah.
happen here. And then the rumor immediately spread to say Danny is opening a bar.
Nice.
I'm like, oh, Danny's opening a bar in
Oh,
Chongwe.
Danny,
Okay.
like who are you?
Let's go check
I
this
like
place
that.
out.
You're very entrepreneurial.
Thank you.
I like that.
I went
And
to
that's how
check
to
it out.
build yourself.
I'll give some honest criticism. So there was some kind of momentum that was built towards the opening of that place. And then when it finally opened, it was pretty good, but it died really fast. I do know you visited it once in a while, and people would come and do like a meet and greet, hang out with Danny kind of thing. And that was around the time as well when the whole water thing was going on.
And did you go hang out with Danny
Yeah, I
and meet
did.
and greet?
Yeah, I
Nice.
did.
Do you even
I mean-
remember this guy? Or he's just a local to you?
I'm just a blackface. I'm another blackface.
He's just another guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then my style would be I would want to merge. I would like to like immerse myself into an idea, right? Like, okay, so someone
So
is
you
doing
saw
this.
great things in Danny.
I did, but it died a very quick death. As we wrap up, what happened to that?
Thank you. My mom comes from that place,
Chongwe.
Chongwe Rural. When you go Chalimbana, you turn down 24
Yeah.
kilometers. That's where her village is.
Bro, that's my second home, but continue.
Perfect. So every time we were young, we would go to the village.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Chongwe became my second home. Your parents from Odd. Every time it's a holiday, they
they
take
would
you to
throw
the
you
village.
there. Go to the village.
So that you learn things, come back.
Yeah,
you learn
for
how to
sure.
hustle, you come back.
Yeah.
So I had never had even an idea of doing a bar in Chongwe. So from that movement and understanding the place, my bank, for some reason, they were giving what we were calling unsecured loans.
Right.
Okay, no collateral, nothing. Then they started to pester me. No, from your bank records, you qualify to get a loan
Oh,
for so
wow.
much. I avoided it for like 3-4 weeks. Then at some point, I was asking myself, this is free money. Okay, if I get
Exactly.
it, what can I do?
From a bank.
What can I do? That's your bank calling you. You can get this. Then I said, I don't need this money. I don't need to get a loan. Then eventually I just, Chongwe, every time I go there, I don't find a decent place where I can just have a drink
Yeah, have
and
a
all that.
chat.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
You know-
get you.
And I said,
It was pretty rural.
I looked at the money. I said, this can do something. I said, it's worth the gamble. Okay, give me that money. I got it.
Love
If
it.
you saw, I did that place in just a month. Prrr, I
Yeah,
finished.
real quick. Yeah.
So one, no experience.
Makes sense.
Don't understand the bar business. Opened it. But it worked enough to cover what I invested in it.
Oh, makes sense.
And
Yeah,
went out
yeah,
of
yeah.
it.
At least you tried.
We did it and I saw it because why? Advantage, they don't have live bands there. I have a band, I have equipment.
Yeah, you got
Once
yeah.
in a while, I would bring my whole band there and they'll be playing there and something that's not usual
So how
in Jongo.
far is it from your main capital?
Where I used
For
to
people
stay,
to travel to go enjoy it all the way in
45,
the rural.
Yeah.
45 Ks. But I mean, even in Chonga, there are people.
I mean, are there, I was going to say, how's the population in Chonga?
It's
You
fine.
said there's a
Chonga?
decent
It's fine.
amount and they
It
needed
was a-
that kind of...
It was a
There was a
main-
niche there that you
yeah,
saw.
yeah. They loved
market.
it.
There's a military
But I
base
just
in the
did it
same
like-
area.
Oh, wow. So people
Police.
needed somewhere to jolly
Yeah.
and
There's a bunch
have
of
a drink
government,
and
a lot
have
of
a
government
nice meal.
universities and so on. So civil servants had money.
So
to
why
spend.
is it that it failed if there's population there? It sounded like a
Management.
really good concept.
Management.
Yeah, management is
Where
a
you
big
don't,
one.
any business, what you do matters less than how you do
Yeah, no,
it.
it's true. It's true.
What you say matters less than how you say it. To me, all these are
How you
principles of
say
life.
it.
Period.
It's true.
So the management aspect of it, we were young.
makes sense.
failing.
At least you tried.
Then from there, probably,
Yeah.
that's how the water business was born. Because I learned my lessons. I said,
Yeah.
So how much did you owe the bank?
Nothing. I cleared them.
Oh, you are clear.
I
Hey,
came.
man, that's a
You
smart
see-
business,
You
man.
see, goodness with us as artists. For example, like right now I'm here, my calendar is booked up 24th January every weekend.
Can you imagine?
Okay, so even if I have a problem with the bank,
You're
from
good
the
to
shows I'll be doing,
go. You're good to go.
it's gonna cover my.
So you're Zambian based. You still
yes,
reside in
I'm
Zambia.
Zambian, born and bred.
You know,
based.
Cranston never told me anything about this show that was happening last night. He is our consultant. When I say our consultant, we work together. He's our as a consultant. I and my husband run a business in the city, and I would have loved to attend this show. I'm seeing all these artists coming in from the show last night, and I didn't know anything about it.
Hey, blame it on Lawrence. Anyway,
Lawrence,
let's
which one
wrap
is
it up.
Lawrence? Is
Let's
it one
wrap
of
it
you?
up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Oh
Yeah,
dear.
that's actually true. But anyway,
He doesn't?
let's wrap it up. Thank you, Danny, so much for coming
you,
onto
my
the
brother.
show. It was a hassle to get you on, but then you took the time
But
out.
hang on, we didn't get to the whole Danny / he had another extended name thereafter. Come down, there's only one show we'll ever have.
Okay, Danny Kaya, yeah. Okay,
Yeah, how did the
let me
Kaya
make it
come
easier.
around? Sorry,
Kaya
guys,
is-
just 5 more minutes.
Ah, yeah.
Kaya is a song. Is a song I did in 2004. So what happened to that song is that by then, as I told you earlier, HIV and AIDS was creeping into the
Yeah,
nation,
yeah.
Africa. You know Africa.
Yeah.
So I wrote the song talking about. I put myself in a situation where I'm saying, I've done a lot of things in life. I've been to a lot of places. I've done a lot of shit, as my brother would say.
Yeah.
So my question is, from everything like that, but going to have myself tested,
Yeah, right.
I don't have the courage. So I ask myself.
By that you mean HIV tested.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't have the courage to get
I
tested.
don't have the courage. So my question is, every time I think about this, fear surrounds me when I think about tomorrow. Will I ever get to see the coming year?
Oh, Kaya.
Then I say, I don't know.
So Kaya.
Kaya means
okay, now
I
I'm
don't know.
starting. Oh, wow.
so-
I don't know.
I'm picking up.
You
Will I-
wanna do a bit
will
of that
I-
voice? Chila,
will
could
I
you sing
get
that little
to
bit?
see-
Chila pelo mwenso ngana, please.
Oh yes.
Come on, bust a little.
Chilampelo mwenso
Hey.
ngana tontonganya party future yande
Hey.
she tukafika ku
Yay.
kumwa
Come on, audience.
kulesa
Clap for Kaya.
Kaya.
Eddie Kaya. I like it. Wow, that was a good
So
one.
that's what I was talking about. So people related with it because everyone was like, and it was just before
sure.
the
So-
World Cup was announced for 2010
Yeah.
Yeah,
Africa.
for Africa, for South
So
Africa.
I put in the song to say, will I ever watch the World Cup in South Africa?
I don't know. I like
Then
it.
people are now had a problem to say, will I? Will I?
Yeah,
It became
every-
a question,
yeah,
a questionable.
It became a meme. Actually.
It became a meme. Hey,
But
you are
we-
the one who started memes. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll
One
have to
of.
come back to that conversation another time. Thank
I
you so
know,
much for
right?
coming to
So
the
when
show.
are you heading back home?
Tomorrow night.
Everyone's
unfortunately.
tomorrow. Everyone's heading back home
Yeah,
tomorrow.
we've got
Right,
like so many
unfortunately.
people who are leaving tomorrow.
Hey, check it out. What y'all doing after this?
Like tonight?
Yes.
We're going to rest.
Don't go rest. Go have dinner
we
somewhere.
Had 12
Have you had dinner yet?
12 nights of
I'm looking at you because I know I've seen you at the lounge, at the restaurant.
Oh,
Look,
he's
sorry.
everywhere.
Yeah. Sorry to interject. I do run an African restaurant in the city. So if you all are hungry, head over to Afro Authentic Cuisine. Have yourself a little.
I think we passed through there.
Oh, you
actually,
have?
yeah.
When?
2 days ago.
I think it was like Thursday.
Oh, where was I?
I don't know.
Well, did you bring
Thursday.
it?
No. I was
We had one
invited
or
to
two
it.
drinks there, and then we went.
Yeah, I was invited.
Nice.
to
Very
it,
good
but I
reception.
couldn't make it.
Thank you for the support.
From my Nigerian brother,
I know, right?
I liked him. I
From
said,
the
"Oh, my
Nigerian
guy."
brother. Oh.
My brother, he was very nice, very warm.
Oh, thank you. This is why I married him.
Oh, amen.
That's why she doesn't complain, you see.
Oh, yes. No.
Not at 3 in
No,
the
I
morning.
understand you. Home is good.
Yeah, but thank
Everyone,
you so much
thank you
for
for coming on.
joining Nugget
Thank
Junction.
you, Linda. Thank you, Craig.
I guess, what can we say, Crankston? Tell them about Nugget Junction so that we can wrap up.
Nugget
And
Junction is basically a space where we
you
can
have
come
to
down
know
and
why
have
we're
a
doing
chat.
what we're doing,
Yeah.
please. Kaya. Can I call you Kaya? I don't know. So basically, it is a platform.
Where diasporans can come and sit down, have a chat like what we've had today.
Yes.
And then also it's a collective record of these life and times and experiences of people
Exactly.
who have some kind of really good story to tell that a lot of people
Exactly.
can tune into. People who don't know you, because we're in the Asia Pacific, right? So we're not on the African continent. a lot of our audience will be on the other side of the planet.
Exactly.
But they will be interested in finding out who's who and what's happening from an African perspective.
You all don't know much about, this side of the universe. Australia, especially when I first came to Australia, everyone was like, Australia, where is that? What? So we as Africans, we have to try and put ourselves on the map. Thus how Nugget Junction did come around.
Exactly.
So we are hoping for growth. So when our viewers see that we have a special guest, you never know where it goes from here.
I buy his water whenever you see it.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh,
Floating
yes.
mic.
Do you know that Bob Marley song? Kaya Now?
I'm about to have Kaya now.
Oh, you know the song?
You know what
Hey, don't
Kaya
do the
is?
symbology
What's
now.
the kaya in the Bob Marley version of things?
This is what.
Of
it's
course. Are you about to go have kaya now?
Only one
No.
Go wrap up your night with some kaya.
They're going Kaya-ring. That's why they're rushing.
They're rushing for the kaya. Yeah, his people are like, wrap it up, hurry
let's
up.
go.
He's
It's
gotta
already
go.
rolled. It's
But you
waiting
know
for you in the
what?
car.
That 5
nice
minutes,
to have you here, man.
Thank you.
yeah,
my
that
brother.
5
Thank
minutes
you.
turned into one of the greatest interviews we've ever had.
Thank you.
Thank you for hanging in there.
If you're happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, we are very
Yeah, we're
happy.
very-
Yes,
So,
you really squeezed my time. You,
you
you
did.
owe me, sir.
Eh?
I
Just
should-
come
I'll
for
buy
some-
your water. I promise.
I'll buy the water. Love it.
Thanks for coming,
Amen.
Danny. It's
Thank
been
you.
Number
a
one fan
Bless
from
you.
Zambia to the couch right here
Yeah,
on
Nugget
Junction.
Junction.
Australia, Perth. Tune in.
Hush, hey. Evo tua città, Evo da tua città, Evo tua vita, Evo da tua vita. Non mi vedi a scegliere come sa. Vuoi avanti a scegliere come sa. Batingana ikalanda pisciamo. E poi c'ha le canna vena, e poi le danzano vena. Dopo questo hai te, ci la bello questo. Ma non tanto ma ne vale più giorni, uscito ma viva tu, ma coi ulesa. Ci la bello questo. Ma non tanto ma ne vale più giorni, uscito ma viva tu. Kumwako yulesa. Nowadays, you become 50.
To the world, every nugget worth its while. Voices echo in the night.
So